What's up, everybody? That's back at Kevin's head. What's up, everybody? It's been
You just went live like that?
it's been a minute or two since we've been here, and you can tell because
Frank sounds like a robot.
we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Nope.
The studio's a mess. I'm
Frank
a mess.
doesn't have his headgear on.
I don't have my headgear on. That's why I was wondering.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Pets' heads are falling off. Does it sound better? Oh, there you go. That sounds much better.
Look at that. Everything went online perfectly for like the first time ever.
I don't know what's going on. There's something's wrong with that.
I
know. So, all right, let me share this. Everybody, if you got it, share it, please. This has been shared to your timeline. It's that easy these days, huh?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. We knew it.
Frank Boo Chicacaro.
At
some guy.
At some point, something was going to get screwed up. Hey, how do I, on YouTube, what do I do on YouTube? Do I just click on our thing? My channel?
I don't know what you're talking about. But I can't change the header or anything because I don't have my computer.
Yeah.
There we go. I don't know what you're talking about.
All it says is we're live, people. I can change that later.
That's all it says?
Yeah.
That works.
We're live, people. All right. So, everybody.
I can hear that.
Is that I thought it was you the whole time.
No, it's you.
Jesus.
All right. We're getting back in the groove now.
Yep.
Here we go.
So, if anybody's wondering why I sound sluggish, I just got back from, is it Fuca or Fuga with a G?
I thought you said it was Casa de Fago.
No, it's Fuga de
Or
Chao.
Faga de Chao.
Faga de Chao, Fuga de Chao, whatever it is. It's a Brazilian, it's one of those Brazilian steakhouses where they just walk around with all the meats. All the meats, and they shave them for you so much that, like, when I put my head back, I feel like it's just going to fall. So I ate a lot of meat. Should have weighed myself. I didn't weigh myself.
It's a good thing you're on a diet.
But it was a lot of meat. Meat's okay, I think, right?
No, but you're talking about I got a diet for my run. And
there's a lot of steak, and the smell that is coming out of my rear end is absolutely disgusting. It makes me want to vomit.
Are you on the Restream chat?
I am on the YouTube chat, which looks like everything streams through it. Yeah, I got a text, something from Kenny right there. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Anyways, I called this open mic night, so anybody that wants to ask a question, we will respond, and we have to respond honestly, so that could be fun.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah. So shoot questions over. Put them in the chat. And I, Frank, am watching it, so I will do what I can. We do have some stuff that we want to talk about, which is very important. Super important. How do I, on Facebook, is it even shaved? Is it even shared to our page?
Yes.
Then why does it only say it's you? Kevin Deschler is live now.
I don't know, because it's on both. I can see it here in Restream.
All right, so
it's showing both.
OG show. All right.
Yeah, there's 2 people watching on OG. There's 5 on mine, and there is 2. Hey, everybody do us a favor. If you could, watch it on the YouTube channel.
That helps. Yeah, because I will not be monitoring Facebook. I'm going to be monitoring
because
just the YouTube
here's the thing.
Restream.
So normally I'm the one that monitors the chat, and I use the Restream app. I do not have a computer anymore, so...
Frank's doing everything.
Yeah, you're up the creek.
With Frank doing everything, we are in good hands, people. A shout out to Bud Light Platinum
for not sponsoring us.
When is the last time you've had this? It's been a minute.
I don't think I've ever drank it before I've already drank something else.
Yeah. I think the only time I've ever had it, to be honest with you, was at a bar, and I felt like they were either on sale or somebody had bought them. What the hell is that taste? That weird taste?
Wheat.
Wheat?
Wheat. I taste wheat.
It's very wheaty.
It's not hoppy. It's what is it? Not hops. If it's not hoppy, it's the other main ingredient. Barley.
Barley?
Yeah. Like it's got that
sweet. It's a little sweet.
I don't like it.
Not the biggest fan. I may switch to ultras here in a minute. But anyway,
like a real man.
So my meat hangover. I don't know how I'm dealing with this.
But here's the thing. So I don't know if you have been to a gas station to buy White Claws, because that's my drink of choice.
Yep.
$17.99.
They are ridiculous. Wait.
No, don't do it.
So, White Claws are ridiculous. Oh, we never touched. I don't know if we ever did it. Those Arnold Palmers. Did we talk about those last time? Those
Nope.
were delicious.
You talked about them to me because I was. Don't do.
Those Arnold Palmers were so good.
On me.
So they're so good, but weren't they like 290 calories or something like? They're ridiculous.
They're like the Corona ones that are so good.
So good. That's why the calories.
But they
are
give
high.
you such a bad hangover.
They're so good.
Like those are the ones that make you feel like
So
you're gonna
good.
die the next day.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Kenny, it's
My God.
Buchero. Oh man. Oh, all right. So a couple things we want to talk about. First off, I don't know if Kevin's gonna bring it up, so I'll bring it up. Kevin has just started a new job.
Yes, I have.
Camera's on you, Kevin. Tell us. Why don't you tell everybody what it is that you even do? There's a lot of people that don't even know what you do.
I kind of like to keep that the way it is.
That's fine.
So, we'll get into a little of what I've never. I don't talk about my job.
No.
Like ever. You know, we almost brought it out of me though, like 2 weeks ago though.
Yeah.
And then I went back in my shell.
Well, because you knew you were taking a new job and you almost spilled the beans.
Yeah. Well, it's.
Shit.
Oh my gosh.
Did it again.
This is the worst show we've done in a while. It
It's
smells terrible in here.
It's normal.
Everything we turn on is the volume is wide open.
Yep.
Like it's wide open.
That, to be honest with you, that's the fault of the technology. I think they do that shit on purpose, don't they?
Probably.
Oh, true story. With the new iOS update, which we could kind of segue into later, I'm watching my volume. You don't know anything about the new Apple.
No.
Okay. So when you swipe down, for everybody who has an Apple device, if you swipe down on the right-hand side, you have your quick activities.
Yeah.
Right? Volume up, volume down. So my volume was on like a quarter of the way because I was listening to it on the garage speakers, right? Then I clicked off of the garage speakers to just my phone, and I watched the volume go from a quarter to full. Like, it did it on its own. I didn't do anything. Like, it goes from quarter to full.
So it's like a car, like the smart volume.
Yeah, it's kind of like the smart volume. Like, it gets louder if you're going faster. It'll adjust for you. But I think that's BS because it's once you've disconnected, now you're on full volume. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I was at a nice, comfortable volume, and now
Motorola used to do that. It would be on whatever, like, if you plugged it in, that was a setting. If it was unplugged, that was a setting.
Like two totally different
That
settings?
used to be Motorola's thing, yeah.
Super
Speaking
loud.
of which, hand me the spray, because I have so many people ask, no, not that spray. The magic spray. So, a lot of people know that I work on cell phones and electronics, and Frank's iPhone would not charge for how long?
It was a while. I could only put it on the fast charger, which is bullshit, by the way.
Yeah,
But-
so, like, the wireless charger
Yeah,
is
the
what it
wireless
means.
charger.
So, anyways, this stuff right here, there you go. This is the Dream electronic spray. So it's not just like, 99% isopropyl. This stuff actually will break down corrosion. And I told Frank, take this home with you because there's barely any left of it. I had to replace this bottle because this has like 2 sprays left. And I said, just spray a little bit of that on your charger, put it in your phone, plug it in, plug it out, and your phone will start charging again. Did he listen? No. He never went home and plugged it in at all. So then I'm over here and I'm like, didn't I give you that spray? He's like, yeah, it's right here. I'm like, why didn't you spray it on it? And then he sprayed it on it. And what happened, Frank?
I don't know. I don't remember. Started to work, I think.
Immediately.
Yeah. It worked.
So a lot of people ask me, hey, same thing. It's not charging. It's because the iPhone has a terrible charging port. And I heard they were going to switch to USB-C, but I don't think they did. Is the 11 USB-C?
It is not.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
It's not. It should be USB-C. You know what? I didn't check to see if the Pro is, but I doubt that the Pro would be if the regular 11 is not. It just seems like hardware-wise, why do that? You know what I mean? Why switch them? But the MacBook Pro that I have
That's
right
C.
now is all C. I'm a huge C fan. I think they just still want to, they're going to dominate the market as far as...
Why is it, right, with a standard USB, which is an A, Why is it when you go to plug it in, this is obviously a C, but say this is an A,
Right.
like a thumb drive.
Yeah.
And you go to put it in, nope. Go to plug it in, nope.
Yeah.
And yep.
Yeah. Like you flip it the first time and it was right the first time. It drives me nuts.
Every time.
Every time.
Every dang time. But I will say this: I do want to talk about the old job a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about the new one.
Go for
I'm
it.
happy to have the new one, but I do want to say that a lot of my old colleagues actually watch this show, and I appreciate them for that. And I really enjoyed working with you guys. And it actually wasn't a bad situation. It was just a lot of work.
Yeah. So I mean, what was your week like? Not this week, but like a normal work week in the last 6 months, because I know things changed a lot for you.
To put it in perspective, I was a truck driver that happened to do electronics too. By the way, my previous job, since that's what we're talking about, I serviced hearing diagnostic equipment. So if you've ever had your hearing tested, I either calibrated that most likely, or at one point in my life I would have maybe sold it. But you have to have that stuff calibrated once a year. I was your guy. I did it statewide. And let's see, I put 115,000 miles on my car in less than 2 years.
That's ridiculous. My dad had a year like that once where he put a ton of miles on. I don't ever remember it being 115. I think he did. I think in 3 years he broke 100 or something like that, which is still crazy if you ask me.
It's still going to be heavy with what I'm going to be doing. It's still going to be heavy, but 50,000+ a year. I mean, I know there's people that are probably listening right now that probably drive trucks, and they're like, that's nothing. And you're right. It probably is. But to me, it's a lot, and here's the kicker. So I bought a 2017, and it was 2017 Toyota Corolla. I thought I was making a wise decision because it's an expensive car, right? Well, now I am upside down in a car that I bought down. In other words, I put some down payment on it. 2 years later, due to the fact that I've been in 4 accidents that weren't mine, because, car crashes are all the time in big cities. And then on top of that, I'm driving a bazillion miles. My car is now worth nothing. Like nothing.
Not nothing. I bet my car's worth what your car's worth.
Yes.
And to put it in perspective, I have a 2004 Runner, which is crazy. I've gone through more cars than anybody, I think, in the last few years, but whatever.
I counted my cars one time. Have you ever done that?
Yes, it was disgusting. And I put it this way. I counted my cars before, 2 years ago. And in that time, I've had a Jeep, a truck, a car, and a 4Runner.
You may have me beat. I had 12 since I was 16.
I might have you beat. I'd have to count. And my brain doesn't. I'm trying to keep track of the chat. There's too much going on. But
see if anybody can beat that. Has anybody had more than 12 cars in their lives?
All right, more than 12 cars in your lives, and you cannot have been a car dealer.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count at all. Also, mileage wise, what's the most you think you've put on your car in a year? Kevin's got you 115,000.
I did 62,000 this year because the year prior I wasn't driving as much than I was the second year.
Gotcha.
So it was like 62 or 63, something like that. It was a lot. Like to the point that oil changes, I would have to get one if I was going to stay on schedule, one every month. So I can't. I don't have that type of time. Mm-hmm. So I remember I went 18,000 miles on one oil change. It was synthetic.
I know it sounds silly.
Another reason not to buy my car.
I know it sounds silly, but I think that's okay with that kind of mileage.
Oh, when I dumped it, it was still gold.
Yeah, because you're putting high mileage, short time. I don't think it's the same kind of wear and tear.
Yeah, it was like 3 months.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
And it was still gold. I mean,
well,
they usually
say 3 months
yeah,
but they usually want whichever's first.
Well, I run nothing but Mobil 1 synthetic for the most part, and so at least I do that. Like the car itself is fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's got to be
because it's all highway.
I just drove in it with you the other day. It's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing like wrong with it except
drove it.
I got hit in the rear at about 100 and something miles an hour by a guy that fell asleep on the highway.
You just got hit in the rear by a guy?
I don't think we ever talked about that on the show, by the way. We did. About all my wrecks within the scope of a couple months?
I felt like we did, but
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to get super sidetracked.
Yeah.
Is that all you wanted to say about your job?
And he pooped again. So, no, I do want to say that I am very appreciative to have met the people I worked with, and it wasn't a bad job.
You had a cool job.
It was a good
tried
job.
to work with you for a little bit.
I enjoyed it, but it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you hear about the jobs that you're like, you do really well at it, but you get, it's a lot of work. That was one of those jobs.
Yeah.
I think that I will look back when I'm retired and I will go, this was one of the hardest years of my life, work-wise. Not because it was a bad thing.
No,
but
you were
because
working
it
a
was
lot.
excessive.
You were working
So-
a lot, and it could tell your attitude was starting to suck.
It always sucks.
Yeah. Getting grumpy about dumb stuff.
That's normal.
It's funny, though, because like when you're mad, it's one thing, but when you're grumpy because of work, it's a totally different thing because you're very short and then apologetic, which is because you're like, I'm sorry, I don't need to be a dick. You're just working too much. But when you're an asshole, you're an asshole, and you're the only person I know that will stick to your guns.
No matter what.
No matter what. No matter how wrong you are, you fall on your own
never
grenade.
wrong.
I love it. I love it. But, listen, guys, we have not been around for a long time. We have had so much stuff going on. This has completely occupied Kevin's time over the last couple weeks. Even the last show we did was just kind of pushing one out there because we
pushing one out.
We needed to reach out to you guys.
That's what Frank's been doing this whole episode.
I'm gonna shit my pants. I feel there's stuff coming out at this point. The other thing too is we went to Food and Wine Festival at Epcot the other day.
Gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a week ago.
I drank a lot.
That was a week you did drink a lot.
I totaled up the amount of money I spent finally.
How much was it?
It was like 160 something.
Not terrible.
It was less than I thought it was.
Not terrible.
Because I stopped everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I didn't eat a lot.
You drank around the world.
I drank a lot.
I ate a lot. I did not feel well. So I had the receipts saved, and I should have saved them. I like the fact that I used my Venmo card for all that because it just sent me a message every time I spent the money. So it actually kept me. So props to those companies for doing that because it actually did keep me from like spending more because I was very aware.
That's not props to them. They're going to be like, we got to cut that out.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, though. It's like I was very aware of how much I was spending. But I ate at like 7 different countries, which is nice. You tell me when you're able to do something like that.
Well, what ended up being your favorite thing? Because I remember mine.
Whew. You know what's so funny is I think it was it China? It was Japan. Remember the roll? That wasn't my favorite thing, but that was a good roll.
Yeah, it was good. We both got that.
You have to think it's for the money. So I do a lot of this stuff where I think of for the money, right? Plus,
we're such idiots for not filming during that.
we really should have. But I always think of like, what do you get for it, right? So there's some places where you spend $6 and you get a slider, like a slider. A slider is picking on the slider for how small it is. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying? And then you're like,
The
that was
ones that
$6.
are like,
It was the brisket from United States.
that was so good, though.
It was delicious, but it was one bite.
Yes.
It was one bite.
That was my favorite thing.
Was that your favorite?
Yes.
That was good. I really liked that.
I just thought of what Janet said.
What?
I go, this is the worst beer I've ever had. It tastes like coffee and cigarettes. And Janet tried it. She goes, I love it. That was good.
I don't like it either.
Seriously, it tasted like coffee and cigarettes.
It was gross. What was that, by the way?
I don't know. It was because it came in a flight and you were supposed to get a card, but they were out of the card, so I was just drinking it blindly.
Yeah, so you didn't know what it was.
Yeah, and I was like, I just got to get through this one because it was bad. And then remember the first beer I got, I'm like, this is the worst beer I've ever had in my life. And Janet loved it.
Hey, Brian G says there's a 15-minute drive-in oil change place on South Hopkins.
Yeah,
And,
it's been there forever. It used to be lubrication specialist.
And $10K on an oil change. That's about. I mean.
For 10K is synthetic.
Yeah, when I had that BMW, I remember that number was way high on the BMW. It was like 15,000. Do you remember that?
I don't know.
Because the BMW, you have to run BMW synthetic, which is Castrol. You know what I mean? It's just branded for BMW.
And you got to pay $150 to get an oil change.
It used to cost me $90 to do my own oil.
I would have just put Mobil 1 in it.
Well, that I did Castrol, but it wasn't any. I didn't buy BMW. It was still Castrol.
Okay.
But the amount you needed was crazy.
Oh, it was a oil hog?
Yeah, I needed, what was it, like 8 liters?
Speaking of cars, I replaced the water pump today in the hard body.
Yeah.
And I'm getting real tired of working on cars. I'll tell you that. Props to mechanics. You know, everybody complains that it costs a lot of money. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, that job is underpaid. Because you couldn't get me to do an oil pump for under $1,000. Or an oil pump. Water pump. And you know they only charge probably $300 in labor. Probably less.
Yeah. Well, and look, they've got the tools, they've got the lift, they've got the
Still
ability
sucks.
to do it real quick. Yeah, for
I
sure.
busted my knuckles so many times.
For sure. Hey, well, you let me finish. So
Nope.
my favorite was they had that teriyaki chicken stuffed inside bread.
I don't think I tried that.
It looked like one of those dumpling, like a big ass dumpling. In Japan.
Yeah. It's called bao.
It was bao bun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was a bao bread, so it was like baked bao. It was delicious. And I did get the bao. It was shrimp. What was the other one? It was like shrimp and chicken and a bao bun.
Tell them about your barbecue shrimp.
My shrimp on the Barbie?
$8 for 4 shrimp.
Oh, that was ridiculous. $8 for 4 shrimp in Australia, and then there was $6 for 6 raviolis.
Yeah.
$6 for 6 raviolis. They were covered in bacon, so that was delicious. Pot stickers. It was $5 for 2 or 3 pot stickers.
None of it was bad though.
No, none of it was bad. You just always expect. Golly, I want food. Or make it $2.
You were just telling me how full you are and you're shitting yourself.
Yeah, no, not now. I'm saying when I'm going to eat, like, I want food. Don't give me 2 of something. And don't charge me $20 for
But if you
3 of
think
something.
about it, right? So you ended up spending like $60.
It was like 72, something like that. It was less
you
than
would
75.
spend that at a decent restaurant.
Oh, the 2 of us, just tonight, we went to Fuga de Chao, and even then, they bring us our bill, which is kind of cool, and the guy's like, hey, I didn't charge you for any of the kids' meals, and I didn't charge you for drinks. I'm like, well, that was sweet of you. Thank you very much. It was $90 for me and Janet. We have to think that, but this was nice, man. It was $35 a person.
It's nicer than the other ones.
Yeah, it was $35 a person, and it's, the Brazilian steakhouse, so they walk around and give you everything. You have the salad bar, and it came with dessert. I ate key lime pie cheesecake.
So much for the diet.
Well, for today. It's fine. It's the only thing I ate all day.
It's been about every day.
Yeah, it's been bad.
Speaking of how it's been bad, McDonald's came out with a new chicken sandwich.
It's good, but
It's not the McRib, but it's my holdover.
Yeah.
Until I can get, it's about to get cool out, which means McRib's coming back.
so tell us about this.
I called Frank, so I pulled in because Popeyes did their chicken sandwich, which caused all that commotion. So then McDonald's had to do something. And in McDonald's fashion, because they're not going to make a good chicken sandwich, let's be honest.
Nope.
But they thought, what could we do that would bring about, some talk? And they did it because they took a regular spicy chicken. I don't think the chicken's actually spicy.
It might be in the sauce, to be honest.
I think
with
it's
you.
in the sauce.
I think it's in the sauce, so it's not the actual McRib sauce. You know what I mean?
And it's not the crappy McChicken chicken either.
No, well, I don't know how real, but it's their breast.
Yeah, it's their real. It's their real version of chicken, and then they put the McRib sauce on it with the onions and the pickles, just like the McRib. I called Frank about it. I was like, and I ate it 4 times in 2 days.
Yeah, I've had 2 of them. Not in 2 days. It's been a little minute. But what happened? Oh no! So I'm in the Home Depot. Parking lot, and I'm starving. So I eat this chicken sandwich, and I'm down to the very last bite. And when you kind of like have to pinch the last bite, but you don't want to squeeze it too hard.
The sauce went everywhere.
Not only that, but there was an onion in that bite, so the bun slipped right around the onion and just shot it on my lap.
Awesome.
The last bite, which was bullshit, because I had 2 barbecue spots on my freaking lap, and I ate them.
Crap happens.
Yeah, it's fine. Just still made me mad.
So Frank, since we talked about my job, Frank has opened a very good. I have to say, I was surprised at first at how good the stuff was turning out. Furniture business. I mean, really. and he made the guy's too nice. He came over to the house, and I'm like, hey, I just need a shelf made. And by the way, I built a table, and when I tell you I built a table, I'm not good at this stuff. So my table looks like crap. So I said, hey, can you take my table and just make it to where it doesn't wobble and look like garbage? And Frank's like, yeah, sure. And then a couple days later, he's like, what color you want your new table? I'm like, you made me a whole table? So I appreciate him for that, and I wanted to say that. But the table is beautiful. Everybody that's come over to my house, and I'm not just saying this, everybody that's come over to my house is going, where'd you get the table? I'm like, Frank built that. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's great looking. So Frank's making some really good stuff. I'm not just saying that to, because I would love to tear him down. Trust me.
Morgan does.
Yeah, she does.
On my poop table.
Yeah, so Morgan's thing is she hates red wood. But almost all wood has red in it. So Frank's like, hey, I'll get you some stain color options. And Morgan's main thing is it can't be red. So he actually made a table that doesn't have red in it. But Morgan, just to mess with him, he goes, what do you think about the table? And she goes, it looks like crap. And I'm like, you can't tell that to Frank. He's sensitive.
Too sensitive for
yeah,
that.
she's like, he won't believe it. I go, yeah, he will.
Yeah, but, well, so, I mean, look, we told everybody about it. I had a bad separation from my previous employer. In I think it was August of 2018. And I started my own business. I still consult. I do a lot of consulting for salespeople and whatnot. But I've always been woodworking. Ever since we bought our first house, so 2013, and the table that we're sitting at right now is actually mounted to the first desk I ever made. So I made that desk with oak because I thought that that's what you were supposed to make a desk out of, and I thought I was saving money. Lo and behold, I spent more money making that little oak desk than I would have, buying something at like
Pine's the cheapest, right?
For the most part, pine's the cheapest, and pine's actually the most sustainable wood too. So actually, a lot of people prefer it because it's easy to work with. It just depends, right? Like on what you're making. So, but I started getting all these requests for furniture. To the point that I was like, man, I'm spending a lot of time making this furniture, so, why not just kind of advertise for it? So that's what I started doing. I'm doing Facebook only. There's no website. There's no business card. Literally Facebook only. Just today, as I was, wrapping up dinner, I get, requests come through all the time. I had requests for 2 more of those flags that I make.
You can see it in the picture, by the way.
Can you? Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, the little one on the right, that's actually a wooden flag.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. This one, let's see. Is that a better shot?
I like it. And that's not one single piece of wood, that's multiple ones.
Yep, all multiple pieces of wood.
And it's got like that burn effect to it. Some of them doesn't have that, but...
Yeah, so some of them are... It just really depends on what the people want, So I...
For the people. Morgan.
So I take, so just like as I'm out today, like at dinner, I get these emails, and somebody I just made a table for, her mother wants, table and stuff like that. So my problem is, like you said, I don't think I charge enough.
No.
But
so get in while you can, while the prices are cheap.
But my thing is, it's I've got this thing where I'm tired of people got to pay a lot of money to have something nice, but that doesn't mean... You get what I'm trying to say? Is it's like, what if Walmart sold stuff that was good quality at a cheap price?
Walmart doesn't sell anything that's quality.
No, and that's a problem. But it's not the cheapest, too. Like, you can
Walmart
spend
has
a lot of money
found a way to sell unquality fruits.
Yeah. Super crazy.
Like, their oranges don't taste like oranges.
No. I hate
Walmart now.
I only get branded stuff, meaning like if it's, a Sunkissed bag of oranges. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, Sunkissed is going to be Sunkissed no matter where you get it.
That's true.
But like the freestanding stuff on its own, I don't mess with anymore. I'm like Publix for all that. But hey, we were talking about the new iPhone. And you're not an iPhone fan. No. I'm an iPhone fan. You're a Samsung fan. So we're gonna skip past the argument of which is better.
Which is obviously.
But didn't Google had a new phone come out, right? Wasn't there some info leaked on the Google phone, and then they just basically were like, yeah, new Pixel's coming out?
Well, I don't know. I've been excommunicado for
Yeah,
a while.
you've been out for a little bit. So I'm going to
So
do a
there's
quick
what,
summary.
a Pixel 4?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a quick summary on the new iPhone. All right, so we just came from... All right, I've got an iPhone 10. And when comparing the iPhone 10, like, it's not an XR, it's not a X whatever, it's just the first iPhone 10. I'm not jumping to get the iPhone 11. However, this is one of those worthy to upgrade to phones. So I wasn't going to get the XR, I wasn't going to get the XS, although I think the XR did have some good upgrades. So if you have an XR, you're probably not going to be too interested in the 11. But the camera is a big step up. Some of the pictures that Janet just takes, just from pointing and shooting. Oh, so that was the point I was going to make, was Janet had an iPhone 7. Oh, so it's going at both ends. So for her to get the 11 was a big jump, going from 7 to 11, because you have to realize in this model, she ditched the finger, the button. So it went from fingerprint and button to now
Is it double
facial.
tap or fling up
For what?
to like bring up your phone?
Double tap. It's double tap and facial recognition, so she had to get used to that. And for her to go from the iPhone 7 camera to the 11 camera is awesome. You know, I was looking at the Pro, the Big Pro. The only difference is on why you would get the Big Pro versus the small is if you want the screen size and you get like 2 extra hours of battery life.
That's a big deal to me.
It is. You drive enough, though, that you can recharge in the car, and that's kind of how I look at that. I just don't, you know, I didn't know that I wanted the huge phone. It was huge.
Yeah, Morgan's is big because
What
she
does she
has
have?
the Note 10
Yeah, so
Plus.
it's comparable to the Note 10 Plus. And it's just big. I would have gone with the regular Pro. However, Apple was doing a really good deal on the iPhone. I want to say I got... I went through and just priced it what it would look like, and if you do like one of the payment plans, you know, the no interest payment plans, I want to say it was like $50 or $60 up front for the taxes, and then I want to say it was like $16 a month if you trade in an iPhone, and they were going to give me $150 for an iPhone 7, and then I think it ended up being like $24 a month, which isn't terrible.
I ended up getting both ours for free.
Yeah.
I never even told you that story.
Uh-uh.
So mine, I broke my Note 9, and my Note 9 was unlocked because I bought it unlocked from Amazon. It came with an Echo Show 2 for $750. It was a Black Friday special last year, and love that phone, by the way. Probably my favorite phone of all time. But so I broke it once, and they were trying to charge me $200 to replace it. And I said, well, are you replacing it with an unlocked version, or are you replacing it with a Verizon version? And they said, oh, well, we're replacing it with a Verizon version. That's all we had. And I said, well, that's not what I insured. Because there's a big difference between the unlocked and the Verizon one. The unlocked ones will work overseas. The Verizon ones won't.
So is it my understanding that is the case with the other carriers too? Verizon's just a pain in the ass when it comes to that, right?
No, they all do that.
Well, so even
Except
when we were
for
looking
T-Mobile.
at getting an iPhone and you have the options, you have to select your carrier. For Verizon, they had to do this extra thing with like a PIN and stuff like
Probably.
that. Whereas, you know, you just get a card. You know what I mean? Like literally, we just took the SIM card from Janet's phone and popped it in the new one. Good to go.
Yeah, Verizon, you do have to call in and give them the IMEI.
I do like the new iOS though. I like what you know, Bob was saying. iOS is easier. I mean, the new iOS does seem to be pretty easy. There's some features that I like, which is kind of cool. But everybody will always say it, and I agree with them. You know, Android's already been doing that. But that's their open interface that allows.
Yeah, because you have multiple manufacturers
creators
working on it.
Correct.
Because Samsung, theirs is called TouchWiz, so you're using TouchWiz. If you're using Google, that's actually Android.
Well, for Apple's defense with all that too is, you know, why they're kind of behind on all sort of stuff is they kind of just wait to see how a lot of these things play out and decide whether or not they're even going to invest in it. They've got all the money to do it. You know what I mean? So if something works and it's good, then they'll create their own version. If not, they're like, fad's done. No need.
Well, I got to tell you the end of the story. So the unlocked phone, right, ends up being that the first time I broke it, that they end up sending somebody out, and for $30 they replace my screen, which is fine with me because I'm okay with that.
$30 ain't bad.
Because I kept fighting and fighting and fighting for hours and hours and hours that I was not going to have a Verizon phone, that I wanted what I insured. I mean, if I insure a black Toyota Camry, you're not going to paint it blue after I wreck it, right? It's going to be black. So, anyways, going down the road, I break it again, and they're doing the same thing to me again. We can't do it. We got to give you a Verizon one. I fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. Lady gets on the phone. She goes, listen. She goes, I don't know how they pushed it through last time. She goes, I've been here for 16 years, and I'm going to take care of you. She goes, I want you to go to a Best Buy, buy you a Note 9, and I will send you a check for $1,000.
No shit. What carrier is this?
Verizon, but it was through Asurion.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
It was Asurion I was dealing with. So I go, okay. I go, so I buy it up front. You guys send me a check. She goes, yeah, you just have to send me a picture of the receipt of what you bought, and we'll refund you that amount. So I call her up because the Note 10 was coming out, and it was less expensive. It was $800 because of the early buy. Mm-hmm. And the Note 9 was still $1,000. And I said, can I do the Note 10? She's like, is it less than $1,000? I said, yeah. So not only did she give me the brand new phone that just came out for free, but I got the extra, $150.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
She still gave me the check for $1,000. Then on top of that, I pre-ordered for Morgan the Note 10 Plus, and they had a special that was supposed to be so it was supposed to be an iPhone 7 or better.
Okay.
Got you $400 off.
Yeah.
But when I put in, because I have an old iPhone, because I used to fix phones, so I pieced together an iPhone 6 and made a working, not cracked iPhone 6 out of free parts. And I'm like, I wonder how much I can get for this iPhone 6, because they'll let you do multiple ones with Verizon. You can get like $50, $50.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's what I do when I go to get new phones. If you come to me and you give me a phone and you decide not to fix it, I'll give you $20 for it, because later on I'll piece together a phone and I'll get $100 for it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I have this piece together iPhone 6, and I put in the information. It goes, it's worth $400. I'm like, well, hell. That works out great. So I put it all together, do it. It snags the day of delivery, and they cancel my order because
I remember you telling me
So I
that.
call in pissed off.
Yeah, I remember.
And they're like, that wasn't the deal. I said, then why did it take it? Why did it take the deal if it's not the deal? And here's the thing: don't ever give up, ever, ever. Eventually, someone will give you what you asked for. Mm-hmm. So I fought and fought and fought. Here's what became of that, by the way, because this just ended. I got the $450 for the iPhone 6. I got $40 taken off for my activation fee for the new Note 10. I got $40 taken off for the activation fee for the new phone. I got one of my $261 a month bills credited to me.
That's awesome.
I got a $80 life-proof case taken care of. And because of all the problems that went on in between, I ended up getting another $400 credit. They paid me to buy the new phone.
Yeah,
that's
I made
so
money.
Cool. So I got both new phones absolutely free and actually made $200.
That's awesome.
But dude, they kept screwing up. Literally, they canceled 3 orders. They sent the wrong color phone twice. It was like a disaster. But I think to myself, how many people? So, for instance, when it first happened and they said, "Oh, that wasn't a part of the promotion. Your phone's only worth $50, and now I've got this phone here, and I'm expected to pay $40-something a month." How many customers do you think go, "Oh, okay"? Probably most of them.
Yeah.
And me being the crazy person I am, I'm like, "Oh, hell no! You are not going to tell me one thing and do another thing." I mean, I literally would sit in there with my headpiece on in my office and doing actual my work and just screaming at Verizon for hours.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen me around when I'm doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, don't make a deal with me and don't live up to the deal.
Listen, while we're talking tech,
Sex?
Amazon
hose?
got it between the food and the beer. I don't know what it is. I got to be careful looking the way I look and talking like that.
Amazon.
So, Amazon introduces Echo Frames.
You were saying this earlier.
Echo Frames, eyeglasses powered by Alexa, a day one editions product. So, by day one editions, it's essentially beta testing. Essentially, so right now they are $179. Invitation only price means you have to have an invitation or request an invitation, which means you have to sign a bunch of shit. The price after that will be $249.99. All right, so I'm just gonna read this from the site, but I'm also gonna put it on so you guys can see what's going on when Mac is not connected. That's usually how it works around here.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, we'll go back to me while this thing is.
While you're doing that, I'm trying
Frontier
Airlines. Have you ever flown that?
A long time ago.
Sounds terrible.
I don't remember it being great.
Dude, because I was waiting so long to get the flight.
Yeah.
It was like $500 one way for Delta.
Ugh.
And everywhere else is like...
Oh, and you have to pay for that stuff now, huh?
Yeah. So, nonstop flight, like the only companies was Frontier and Delta.
Yeah.
And Frontier was like $80. And I'm like, there's a reason it's $80.
Yeah.
Am I going to sit next to a goat?
No, it's not the worst, but I think they charge you for every little thing.
No, because I did a checked bag. I did that up. It was $80. You're right. But I did a checked bag. I did extra legroom because I'm a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did something else. Because they do charge you for a carry-on, which is weird.
Yeah.
So carry-on, and it still was $110.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just gonna read this here because I must not have set it up properly, and I don't want to mess with it too much. So it's Echo Frames, all-day glasses with hands-free access to Alexa. So one of the issues here is, in my opinion, is for people who see this, they're speaker-driven, so it's not bone condensing. Is that the way you pronounce it? Bone condenser? So it's not bone condensing. So it is speaker. So I'm not sure if people are going to be able to hear like responses to you. You know what I'm trying to say? Or if it's just so quiet that...
Is it supposed to be up there?
Yeah, like I said, but it's not working.
Oh.
So it's just me. I don't know why it's not working.
Because it's our show. And we need an intern.
Yeah.
If you want to be our intern and you remotely know how to use a computer...
Okay, so listen. So it just says, just ask, make calls, set reminders, add to
Google
your to-do
Glass
list.
too.
Listen to your podcast. That's kind of cool. Listen to your podcast. It's kind of cool. Or control your smart home from anywhere. It's portable Alexa, basically. The frames and the lenses come non-prescription, so you have to actually add your prescription, so it probably costs more money.
I don't think I'd want it.
All right, VIP filter. Customize which notifications to receive from the contacts and apps that matter most to you. That VIP filter, I think, is more of a privacy filter if people can hear. You get what I'm trying to say? Keep some of your privacy. You don't want to hear, your wife sending you naughty messages.
Can I blur out somebody?
No, but that's a step closer, right?
Yeah.
We're getting one step closer. Support access to Google Assistant from a compatible device. Designed for privacy. Microphones are designed to respond to the voice of the person wearing the frames. Anyway, I don't like it. I think they look cool. It's kind of my style. I don't like it. Thoughts?
I wasn't into the Google Glass, and it sounds like part 2.
So...
Do you remember Google Glass?
I vaguely remember.
It's
Google
literally
Glass.
the same thing. Just Google did it. It's very weird looking on the face.
Yeah, these seem to look normal. They're a little the legs. Is that the correct way to pronounce it? Are they legs of glasses?
I would think it'd be stems.
Okay, the legs or stems, whatever they are. Oh, there they are. Here they are. Look. So we're finally working. We're up. So here they are.
They don't look bad.
They don't look terrible, but you can see the stems.
Yeah.
Look a little little fat, or he's not even wearing them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like the look on his face.
No, he's whatever.
He looks like, I know something you
I don't think these people are even wearing these glasses, to be honest with you. I just think they're photoshopped on.
I think that guy working at the juice shop can't afford them glasses. And if he does buy those glasses, then he's not being very wise with his money.
He's not. But I'm not the biggest fan. I don't know. Alexa, remind me to buy tickets when I get home.
I unplugged her to plug my phone in.
Okay. Here you go. Look. Open ear, direct sound into your ears, letting you discrete access. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's probably not. I doubt it's bone condensing.
I don't think I want that on me. I would imagine it's Bluetooth for like a phone.
Yeah, it's one step to mind control.
Oh, we already got mind control.
Every
time a new chicken sandwich comes out, I got to go try it.
Speaking of which, mind control. I was watching Black Mirror. I love Black Mirror, by the way.
We talk about it all the time.
If you guys don't watch it, you guys are crazy. Black Mirror is the reason why technology scares the crap out of me. It's 100% Black Mirror's fault.
Have you seen the bicycle one yet?
Where
they have to bike for credits to be able to buy stuff?
Yes. Crazy.
Weird.
Crazy. I just watched the one about Black Museum.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I told you, the teddy bear and then the dude that's like, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah. The teddy bear, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Because all that is doing is copying
your consciousness.
But you're not alive. You can't be alive. It's copying your consciousness, which is then creating its own future. Does that make sense?
I think it was saying that it was you. Like your consciousness.
I don't think so. I think what it does is it takes a snapshot of your whole life up until that moment. And then going forward, it's got its own life because it's making all of its own decisions based on its past. There's no living thing anymore. Okay, let's just say it really is a consciousness. That's ultra weird.
Yeah.
Right? I never looked at it like that. So if you take that out of it, I look at it a little bit differently, but
I'm pretty sure you missed the whole point of the episode. It was his consciousness.
Well, no, because there's a scene where the guy talks about how, and I'm not going to try to spoil too much, but there's a scene where the guy talks about how it was illegal to do that, but then it was also illegal to delete them.
Yeah.
So that's why the bear was still around.
Yeah, the bear, like, freaking going through the teenage years when it was under the bed or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super creepy, and that sucks, you know?
You'd be the dead parent under your teenager's bed.
Yeah, but that's the thing is they can't be alive because they can't die. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. If the person's dead and their consciousness is put into this thing, I don't feel bad if it can't do anything because it can't feel anything. It's dead. But it puts a lot of shit into perspective.
You got to watch the gay video game one.
I'm not there yet. I think I have like 2 more episodes. The Miley Cyrus one was a little crazy.
Yeah. But I want the little robot that talks shit.
Yeah, I love it when it actually is her.
Yeah. It's like, holy F!
They removed the limiter on.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Are we giving too many spoiler alerts, Bob?
Most likely.
Oh, man.
Can I talk about our new business we're going to be opening in Titusville?
Yeah, go for it.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Yeah. So, I have a bone to pick, as usual, with the city of Titusville. You know, it's always good to be a local podcast and start garbage with your local town because that really gets you to move forward. But that's what we do here on this show. So, not recently, there has been a company in town that sells coffee and like bread and cookies, and they're not affiliated with us, so I don't really want to bring them in on this. But and they're no part of the problem. But they've been around in Titusville. How long have they been around? At least because they were at a different location in Titusville for years.
What was?
I don't want to say the name because I don't know if they want to be mentioned.
Yeah, but they were always close, like in the same area, right?
I'm definitely not going to say names about any of this because it's.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, anyways, they are I would say, the premier coffee shop that happens. Well, not happens, but they're a bakery and sells cookies and scones and all sorts of stuff, right? And it's the biggest and it's the nicest. Mm-hmm. And then after that, another coffee shop opened up downtown. Now, for those listening that are not from Titusville, Titusville is like the size of most people's city block, like one block of a city, and it's not even really that big. And so, literally, about how far? 100 yards is the other coffee shop. That was okay too, because this one was only a coffee shop. Whatever. I wouldn't say it's. I've been there. It's okay. But here's the kicker. A third coffee shop has opened up now in downtown Titusville. I'm not kidding when I tell you, if you're not from here, downtown Titusville is literally, if you're driving through it, right, and you're doing 35 miles an hour, this is how long it'll take you to go through it. We just hit it, and now we just went out of it.
Yeah, downtown Titusville, unless you catch a light, you're fine.
There is no light.
There's one light.
There's a walkway where people hit the button.
Main Street?
I'm talking about US 1 downtown.
Yeah, there's a light at Main Street.
After it ends, though.
Yeah, it's the very last one.
Yeah. So the point here is there is 3 coffee shops, right? All in the span of 100 yards, which is insane because this city supposedly prides itself on we don't let major name players such as like Steak and Shake. I know Olive Garden wanted to come here supposedly. All these places aren't allowed to come in because it'll supposedly interfere with local business, but you'll allow 3 coffee shops within 100 yards of each other.
I do think we're getting a Popeyes and a Chipotle, though.
I heard Popeyes. I don't think Chipotle is true.
Chipotle, I heard, is on the table.
They deliver, so I'm excited.
I'm excited, too. And continue.
So, anyways, because I want to revolt about this, I've decided that Frank and I are going to open the Ordinary Guys Downtown 4th best coffee shop in Titusville.
Yep.
So we're going to be having our grand opening if everything goes well. And I didn't even talk to Frank about this. But next Friday. And here's my thought. Because one of the coffee shops is literally in the parking lot of the other coffee shop. So where else would we put it but in that parking lot? Does that sound good to you?
Sounds perfect.
Yeah. So we're going to go
It'd be the 3rd best in that parking lot.
Yeah. We just moved up a spot. So my thought is, right, so we're going to open up a coffee shop. We want you guys to come out. We want you to support us. And I'm sure we're going to cause a problem, which is the whole point anyways. But be a part of our problem because this is insane that the city of Titusville would allow a 3rd coffee shop. And I don't care if they were the greatest coffee on the face of the planet. And honestly, I haven't been there. That's what Frank thinks about the coffee shop. How did that one even come out?
I risked poop on that one. I risked it all.
I feel like I'm going to taste that one.
You might. Anyway, look, I'm all for various coffee shops. Like, spread them out. Right? Spread them out. Put one, like, over here by this gas station so it's easy for me to get to it or something. I don't even know, man. Drives me nuts. There's so many of them.
Well, it's not... It's just, it's this city talks out of one hand and then acts out of the other. It's like, hey, we want to fix the environmental problems of our water, but we don't want to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we're going to spill a ton of sewage into your river.
Yeah. And bars aren't doing good around here.
It's insane. Actually, there's a new bar opening up downtown.
Really?
Yeah, wine bar. I think it's already open.
Is it where the Martini Bar just closed?
Did the Martini Bar just close? I think the Martini Bar's open.
The Martini Bar just opened. But it's closed now.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I think they got a new owner.
Yeah, and he's changing it. It's not going to be a Martini Bar
and
anymore.
He is the one that owns 2 other restaurants in town.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants us to mention his name, so I won't.
We won't.
So you should go to the new Martini Bar because I know his other places are cool.
Yeah, I bet, whatever. I felt like he was, as I was talking to Morgan about it, I felt like he was changing it to something different. I think there's going to be food as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Which would make sense because he owns 2 restaurants.
Yeah, I think it was going to be like not quite bar, pub food, but maybe like a little step above that.
I think that'd be good downtown because the brewery is great.
I love the brewery.
The brewery is awesome.
But it is what it is, and it should have its limitations, and it should say
They just have like knick-knack food.
Yeah.
But their beer is spectacular.
Beer's good, but again, I think it should state like there's no reason to try to be everything to everybody.
I think Titusville downtown could really be something if we didn't have 473 coffee shops.
Yeah. That's the only thing that's downtown right now.
Coffee shops, and remember, we used to have 2 eyeglass centers. Now there's only 1.
What about an arcade? You think arcades can come back?
Here's the thing. So I do believe arcades could come back.
Me too.
Because there's a retro arcade in Orlando that's also a bar.
Yeah, it's got to be adult themed.
Yeah. Well, because kids don't care about that.
Yeah, but even
unless
if
it's like Fortnite.
But let's just say it was an arcade, but let's just say it was a bar where we had a shitload of PlayStations and Xboxes set up.
Not even that. If you had like old 8-bit systems and like Nintendo and NES, here it comes. What is even coming out at this point?
I don't know, man. I'm going to rename that place to Fuck of the Steak. Fuck of the Steak.
Ugh.
Anyway, they don't stink anymore.
Here's the good thing. What would be the coolest bar to open?
I like that idea. So I like like a sports bar. That's, put it this way. You got to not let the shit come in. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then you got to raise the prices.
Or you make it unappealing. You know what I'm trying to say? The shit comes in because they think they're going to shoot pool and get laid. You get what I'm trying to say? So if you make it like themed, I love the idea of like arcade style, like a Dave and Buster's, You do something like that, but like you got to pay for shit. You got to pay to play pool. You got to pay to play some video games. Because look, I would love to give away everything for free, but you control things by doing that, right? It doesn't have to be crazy. You know what I mean?
Dave and Buster's in South Florida, the one in Hollywood right now, is doing Wings Wednesday, and it's unlimited wings and video games for $20.
There you go.
Except for like the claw ones.
Yeah, but you get what I'm trying to say? That's cool. So now people got to pay, right?
That sounds awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I'm down.
Titusville could never support something like that, but that would be cool, But we could support a goddamn Chipotle. So if we could pull that in, that would be great. And I like Popeyes. But I still haven't had one of them chicken sandwiches.
I do too, but I need to get away from all this fast food. You introduced me to the Burger King app, and that shit has been the death of me.
That thing is unreal.
I was in Wendy's drive-thru picking up some Frosties for the kids.
Did you get the cards?
What cards?
You donate $1, you get 5 free Frosties.
No.
Well, you could have got 5 free Frosties. Well, they're $1.
So, as I'm waiting in line, I pull up the Burger King app and I ordered Burger King. And I just go to the drive-thru and I'm like, yeah, I ordered 48, Frank. They're like, okay, sir. I'm like, what? Is that easy?
Tell them what you can get for $7.
Oh, are you talking about the breakfast deal?
Yes.
All right, so listen to this.
Let's go over the apps right now.
Yep.
You open the Burger King. I'm going to open the McDonald's.
All right, sounds good.
If you aren't using the apps for these drive-thrus, you are stupid.
Absolutely silly, because I even did a test and I picked what I would not normally order, but I was like, okay, these items look kind of cool. I'd buy them. And it was $22.27. Then I go to the app and I get a 2 Whopper meal for $8.99 and added chicken fries for $3. So instead of 2 sandwiches and chicken fries, I got 2 full meals and chicken fries for half the price. So anyway, listen to this though. For $12.99, they have a family bundle: 3 Whopper sandwiches, 3 cheeseburgers, and 3 French fries for $12.99.
So that's where we're going.
I can't do that, man. Good Lord. Where's the big one? Okay, yes, listen.
Theirs is ridiculous.
1 day left, so I may do this. For $7, you can get 2 ham, egg, and cheese croissant sandwiches.
Those are called fully involved, friends.
No. 2 fully loaded sausage, bacon, and ham biscuits, and 2 small hash browns. So that is 4 sandwiches, 2 small hash browns, $7.
Yeah.
I also love this deal here, which I have eaten all by myself. 2 Whoppers and 2 crispy chicken sandwiches.
You ate that by yourself?
Last week.
Oh my gosh.
$11.
Yeah.
$11. 2 Whoppers and 2 crispy chicken sandwiches. Those are good chicken sandwiches, not the crap ones. It was amazing.
McDonald's isn't as good right now.
No.
McDonald's is doing $2 off.
59-cent cheeseburger.
McDonald's has that on Wednesdays.
Anyway, so
the other good one though sometimes is Wendy's.
I have not messed with Wendy's yet, though I believe I downloaded it.
Oh, I have it.
I just downloaded because I was in the drive-thru and I was like, you know what? I'm missing out. If my kids ever order these things, I'd like to be able to get a good deal. So I just started downloading all of them. I've got Domino's, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Burger King. But I really don't eat. I have been eating a lot more of this crap lately, like stress eating and busy eating. But I've got that 50K in a month from yesterday. So
guess what's in the Wendy's app?
What?
Free Frosty.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you have to do?
Order anything.
Anything. Get a free Frosty.
It's buy one, get one free $1 spicy chicken sandwich.
Wow. So 50-cent chicken sandwiches.
Yeah. And then a free 6-piece spicy nugget with mobile order. Does that mean you can just order it on the mobile and it's free? You just don't pay a damn thing?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
It's crazy, man.
It's because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you used to that so that they don't have somebody working the drive-thru. You just like order it and you're done.
Yeah, I agree. So Kenny says you can never go wrong with Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell.
Dude, you
Taco
know what?
Bell's my
Morgan
favorite.
goes, she'll go, what do you want? And I go, I want Taco Bell. And she's like, what do you want from Taco Bell? I go, the box.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
The
Party
box
pack or whatever
always
it
has
is.
whatever's like their thing at the moment.
Yeah.
And she's like, there's like 12 boxes. I'm like, the one that's going to be shown on the menu.
Yeah.
It's always at the bottom, and it's always got something.
Yeah.
And
It's
she's
a
like,
meal, but it comes in a box.
she's like, you don't even know what's in it, and you want it? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah.
You can always count it. The $5 box.
Morgan made homemade Mexican pizzas the other night.
That sounds good.
They were good.
That sounds good.
Way better than the ones from Taco Bell.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to think. I mean, Taco Bell is what it is, and you know what it is. Remember what I said to the
wanna
guy
kn-
on Fridays, though? I was like, there's a Taco Bell right there. If I wanted shit food, I would have just gone to
Yes.
Taco Bell. It's true.
That's the greatest night.
Yeah, Brian, there's no healthy fast food restaurants. I actually wanted to start, when I first moved back to town, I actually wanted to open a healthy fast food restaurant. So they were going to be open, like, literally until the bars closed, after the bars closed. And the idea was you can get, I know subs or whatever is not always the healthiest, but it would be like drive-through subs, salads, and everything was going to be healthy. So, like, yeah, you can get tacos or whatever the deal was, but, like, you know, it was always on the healthier side.
Taco Bell's not that unhealthy.
Taco Bell is not that unhealthy.
I think a taco has 110 calories.
I guess, like Brian is saying here, is like Zoe's wondered if that could work. I think it would only work if healthy food was an option and not the whole place. You get what I'm trying to say? Because if you could only get a grilled chicken wrap, you couldn't get like a fried chicken sandwich.
You know how hard
I don't
it is
think it's
to
gonna do
order
well.
a grilled anything when you're looking at a fried... Because Chick-fil-A has a grilled chicken, and I've never ordered it.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm trying to say though is it's like, what if it was like you can get like a Chipotle burrito? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, what if you can get that quality of a? Cause
You can. Taco Bell has it.
Yeah.
It's called the protein burrito.
Yeah, Taco Bell might be your healthiest fast food option, especially for late night.
It's still going to give you the poops.
Yeah, but if you got something like like a 5-layer beef burrito or something like that, like super filling, the cheese is kind of crap in there, to be honest with you. But if you did just like, shredded cheese instead of the liquid cheese, if you did shredded cheese, beef, sour cream, beans, it's actually like a balanced meal.
Have you ever ate Cheese
Weird.
Whiz straight from the can?
Oh fuck yeah, Cheese Whiz,
Yeah.
100%.
That's just oil.
It's gross.
But you love
It's
it.
gross. I have filled my entire mouth with Cheese Whiz and then just like popped a cracker in there and chewed.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Dude, I used to take the what are hollow? What's hollow? Man, there's something that was hollow that I used to do. Bugles. I
Yeah.
used to fill Bugles with Cheese Whiz and pop them.
I was asking Morgan the other day because she bought
Or
Bugles,
Easy Cheese, Easy
original
Cheese.
Bugles, and I go, "Who in the hell eats these?" And she's like, "I do." I'm like, "I don't know of anybody else that does." They're not
Bob,
good.
I think it was called Crispers. But Crispers was
Crispers is still around.
Crispers was Publix's version of a Subway, right? Or like a Panera.
Panera.
But Crispers was Publix. Like you can get there were Pub Subs. The only problem is
They had ice cream, too.
I don't think they branded themselves well because Pub Subs have taken off since then. Everybody
Crispers
loves
is still in Orlando.
a Pub Sub. Everybody loves a Pub Sub. And the other problem, too, is I think that they were in Publix parking lots because Publix owned the lot or whatever it was, so they would do a Crispers there because the one in Merritt Island and the one in Melbourne were both in Publix parking lots. But if they were on their own and just instead of called Crispers, if they were called Pub Subs, I think they would have freaking gone crazy. Wouldn't you go if it was called Pub Subs?
I love Crispers still to this day.
Yeah, but you like Crispers. People who don't know Crispers are like,
here's why I like Crispers. They have the best broccoli cheddar soup. It's better than Panera's.
Yeah.
And you can get, so here's what I would get. I would get, because they sold taters, like baked potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
And then you could get them with cheese and stuff in it. But instead of that, I would get a plain one, and then I get broccoli cheddar soup and dump it on top of it.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So the other day, because I haven't been sticking to my diet as much, so the problem is I get hungry and I can't fast as long as I used to. And we were having a meeting at Panera, and I freaking went whole hog. I got the bread bowl. It was amazing.
You know, there's a sandwich at Sonny's called the Whole Hog.
The whole hog?
Yeah.
There's actually, what's the other barbecue place that's in Cocoa Beach and in Suntree now? Or Vieira. It's going to drive me nuts. Slow and Low?
Yeah.
So it's Slow and Low. They have a sandwich that's called the Hug. And it's, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's brisket and pulled pork on a hoagie.
Yeah.
You can get it with, I always get it with melted cheddar and jalapenos.
Do you realize this show always ends up talking about what we want to eat and you farting?
And then we ended up getting something to eat afterwards.
Yep.
Terrible idea. But, I mean, what else? We have anything else on our list? We do have keeping boxes. I have a little note, keeping boxes.
Yeah. So Frank keeps the instructions. Hold those up there. Yeah. That's from all his stuff for his... What is this?
It's a bunch of tools. I got my Ryobi hand planer. I've got my table saw, my router.
And he keeps all this crap.
Planer.
Like it's not readily available on their website.
Well, what if I need a quick reference how to change the blades or something like that?
You're not going to come find that because you're going to look all over for it and not find it.
Yeah, so it brought me to the conversation we were having about Kevin asked me if I also keep all my boxes. So, I don't keep my boxes anymore, and here's why. On Black Friday one year, I bought 2 televisions. I opened them up, installed them. One was fine. One had a cracked display. So, like, obviously the screen wasn't cracked, but it was broken on the inside, right? So I'm like, well, this sucks. I threw it in the box. I returned it to Publix, to Walmart.
He's hungry.
And Walmart goes, this TV doesn't belong in this box. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This TV doesn't belong in this box. This TV was bought here. She goes, yeah, but the code on the box doesn't match the code on the TV. It's actually those TVs right there. So I was like, what the hell? Like, what? So some guy behind me brings a TV, no box, exchange, no problem. Because I had the box, I couldn't exchange the TV. So I literally had to go back the next day without the box, and I was able to exchange the TV.
Oh, God.
But because I had the box and it didn't match up. So that's why I don't even say boxes anymore, because they'll take them back. They have to take them back.
I want to tell a story, but then I don't.
Why? Let me hear it.
It was when I was younger. Doesn't count, right? If it's been 20 years.
Will you steal a TV? Mm-mm. You steal a box?
Mm-mm. So I had a Nintendo, like 64. And then whatever. No, I had a Super NES and I bought it. And then the Nintendo 64 came out. And I took it back and said I lost my receipt. And they gave me my money back and I bought the Nintendo 64. And I got 0 loss and got to play it.
I didn't even hear what you just said.
In other words, Walmart will return anything.
Oh, yeah. Walmart will return anything. Target wants your freaking... they want an email address, your driver's license. They keep track of your returns for like the last 5 years. My guys, the fucking shorts don't fit.
Do you remember Circuit City would take anything?
Anything. That's probably why they're not here anymore.
Yeah. I love that place.
You could buy shit somewhere and just return it to Circuit City. You're like, fuck, I don't want to go all the way to Orlando.
How many people do you think go in there, like, bring a bag in their pocket at, like, Walmart, throw something in it, and go up and exchange it or return it for a gift card?
Oh, I bet
I feel like that happens.
It has to, right?
I mean, there's a lot of cameras, so I would assume they get caught.
Yeah, but they're not going to just check the cameras when you're returning.
Yeah, but it's had to have happened.
But that's why they catch you when you first come in with the returns. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm tired.
Frank's falling asleep. So
I'm
on that note, come check us out at our coffee shop.
Wait, let me ask Bob. Walmart banned guns. They are now a Target. Oh, damn, Walmart. Hey, Bob.
Good pun.
Bob, can I toss all these, what are these things even called? Operators manuals. Can I toss these operators manuals? Or am I going to need to know how to use something? If that's the case, I have like a whole box of these things I can just throw away.
We're going to burn them.
All right, sounds good.
We're going to burn them out front of our coffee shop.
All right. Kevin, you got anything?
Yep, just come see us at our coffee shop, fourth best one in downtown Titusville. We will be in the parking lot of the largest coffee shop.
Yep.
In front of the smallest coffee shop.
But we will be the fourth best coffee shop in downtown.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, that doesn't mean fourth best in town. We're probably like eighth best in town. But we're going to be the fourth best coffee shop in Titusville. But hey, in all honesty, should we tell our fans what we're doing? Because there are people. There are people.
What? Oh, what we're going to be doing?
Yes. So listen, we're going to set up a tent. It might not even say The Ordinary Guy Show on it. We might take a cardboard box and write The Ordinary Guy Show.
Free coffee for cops.
We're going to do free coffee for cops. Everything else is for donation. You can show up and donate to the show by buying coffee from us. And by the best coffee in town, fourth best coffee in downtown to be exact, we're going to have a Keurig.
Yeah.
And we're just going to make your coffee in a Keurig.
Bring your own cup.
You got to bring your own cup. We're not even buying cups. You got to bring your own cup. We're probably going to go into the other coffee shops and actually buy a better tasting coffee and get a handful of their sugar. And we'll take their sugar and we'll have their sugar.
We're going to be drinking their coffee because we're not going to drink ours.
We're going to drink their coffee while we sell our coffee.
But because one of them sells
sugar.
bread, we're going to be selling hot dog buns.
We're going to sell hot dog buns?
Yeah. Some old stale hot dog buns.
Why
not?
What if we just sell hot dogs and they have to go to these other places to buy the bun?
Because the whole thing is the pun on one's a bakery.
We might have to even reach out to these places and see if we can use their power, possibly their water. I think if we even have a shop, we have to provide a bathroom, so maybe we'll see.
I'll bring a generator.
Bathroom. Here's the deal.
And I'll steal an Anderson's porta potty.
We're obviously doing this to prove a point, and the point is that we don't need another coffee shop, especially in the same parking lot of an existing coffee shop. But we are going to go, and we're going to sell coffee too, because apparently anybody can do so.
We should sell, what's the ghetto version of Oreos?
Hydroxycut?
No, not Hydroxycut. They're called something like that.
The ghetto version of Oreos?
Yeah, listen. Somebody listening will know.
I didn't know there was a ghetto version of Oreos.
Look up cheap version of Oreos right now on your computer. Guarantee it pops up.
Cheap version of Oreos.
Yeah, they're actually the ones that invented the Oreo. Oreo just made them better.
I doubt it.
And capitalized on them. They sound like Hydroxycut, though. You just wait. It's
cheap version of Oreo.
I bet Bob knows.
I don't even know. Oreos. Okay, got Great Value, Market Pantry, Aldi, Trader Joe's. That's all that's showing up.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna Google it because it was the original. And
here it goes. Hydrox.
Those were the original Oreos. They're the ones that invented it.
Why would you call a freaking cookie Hydrox?
I don't know. But that's what we're going to sell. And we're going
It says that they're better.
They're not better.
All right. Well,
they're much harder.
With that being said, it would be really fun if you guys are around and you want to show up Yeah, it's basically an adult lemonade stand, Bob, except we're not going through the hassle of making lemonade. We're just going to press start on the Keurig.
Yeah.
But bring your own cup because it's going to suck to have to drink right from the Keurig.
Or out of your hands.
Yeah.
Burning hot coffee.
Super hot.
Or whatever we can just find
Look,
to put it in.
it's not going to be good, but what do you expect for being the fourth best coffee that you can get?
Well, you can't
in
put
one block.
coffee in a solo cup.
No, it's weird.
And I'm not buying the styrofoam because we're green.
And I'm not
We're
bringing
environmentally friendly.
I'm not bringing good cups. That is good. We're green.
Yeah.
None of them are. They waste money on cups all the time. All four of those places.
Yeah, I think they use recycled paper cups.
Bob, I think if we're doing donation, we might be able to bring whiskey too.
Yeah?
Unless you can't drink in a parking lot.
Which is probably true.
Yeah. We're definitely... Look, who knows? The reason why we're telling everybody is because we may also get arrested, and we might...
I don't think we'll get
might
arrested.
need to be bailed out.
I do think we'll get asked to leave.
Brian's got a question. What you got, buddy? He says, taking any more cues, got an important one. All right. There's a delay, so...
I can hear your thing on, by the way.
This?
Yeah, that's yours.
The whole time I thought it was you being an inconsiderate asshole.
No, it's not me. Mine's on mute.
Let me know if you can still hear it. I just hit mute.
Nope, can't
Nope.
hear it now.
All right,
It's
it
been
was
you the
me.
whole time.
It was me.
What's the question?
There's 15 to 20 second delay. All right. Thanks, Bob. You could say you're welcome in 15 seconds. All right. All right, Brian says he got home from the UCF game before the show. I don't know if Kevin's gone hard on UCF on Facebook lately, but it used to be entertaining. So,
you know what?
what are his current thoughts on UCF football?
I used to go off.
Dedicating this question to Mark Myers. I freaking love it.
Okay.
All right, Kevin, floor is yours.
Here's the thing. My hatred for UCF really had nothing to do with UCF. It was some pent-up aggression in which I have let go of in my life. If you've been close enough to know me, you'll know where that came from. But believe it or not, I used to be a season ticket holder for the UCF Knights. And I hated going to every single game. I hated it. Frank, I can't even express how much I hated it. But I don't care anymore. I'm okay. I did not have a great amount of joy when they lost the other day. Like, you would think that I would freak out, but Frank, you have no idea. I used to pound them like crazy and make fun of Mark Myers and his brother.
You did say something to me, though, when they lost. Right?
I didn't have the joy I thought I would.
Yeah, but you did. But I think you were like, oh, it is kind of funny how they lost to.
I can't talk crap because they'll beat the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. The Hurricanes couldn't beat them.
That's
Florida State sure as hell couldn't
Oh,
beat
Mark
them.
text me.
Uh-oh. We're going to start a
Oh, he
UCF
was
war.
at the game. Oh, he's not watching the show. So, whatever. Continue.
So, they lost to Pitt, which was a little depressing. But I do have to say this. When they won their fake national championship, I was totally on board because it was pissing off the Alabama fans. And if there's anybody I hate more than anybody in this world, it's Yankees fans and Alabama fans. I hate them. Dude. Actually, I like one. I have a friend that watches named Ron, and I like him. But other than that, dude. And you're a Yankees fan, so screw you too.
I am a Yankees fan.
How can you like the Yankees?
Born that way.
Ugh.
I was born that way, but I was born into winning. Here's the thing, we did a lot of
Now
winning.
you sound like a Patriots fan.
Did a lot of
My
winning
second
to the
most
90s.
hated fan.
I hate the Patriots. I hate the Patriots with passion. Anyway, did you already finish up your shit?
Yeah, he wasn't listening.
Who was he?
You.
Oh.
This show sucks.
Nope, show's over. Sorry, I was just talking to...
Smart.
I was talking to Mark. All right, so Brian, Mark, I don't know. I just said, too bad you're not listening to the show. Kevin's going off on UCF. And he goes, well, Kevin's an idiot.
Actually, I've been very nice to Mark and tagged him on nice UCF stuff lately.
Letting one loss define them? What about the 30 wins?
That's what I don't like about UCF, though. Right there. That's what gets me started. I'm sorry. Listen, you didn't win a national championship. As much as I would have loved for you to win it over Alabama, Alabama won that national championship. But the fans are so disconnected. Like me as a Hurricanes fan, I can sit here and tell you that my team has had one of the greatest teams of all time. You can't, so stop saying it. It drives me crazy.
There was the roster of that team. Do you remember that team roster?
Oh, Ernest Wilfork was sitting the bench in 2001.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He is one of the best linemen ever. Like, ever. And you had Clinton Portis and you had Edgerrin James. I mean, the names there's multiple.
Who was
the tight end was Jeremy Shockey.
Tight end, same. That was all the same team, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane.
Was Lewis on?
I don't think he wasn't that year.
He wasn't that year.
He's older. But the point is, like, Sean Taylor, that was that year.
It's crazy.
Like, you can't beat them. You can't beat them. They're one of the greatest college football teams of all time. Are they good now? No. But that's what I get pissed about, is because I can't stand Notre Dame fans either, but at least they can back it up with history and tradition. Miami can too. Florida can. Florida State can. You are not at that level yet. Don't act like you're at that level, because listen, I sat through the Dante Culpepper years when you were the CUSA and you were happy that you went 12-0 against literally high school football teams.
In their defense, they're getting there.
They are, but here's the problem.
Listen, he said 31 straight games with at least 30 points.
But how many of those were ranked in the top 30?
Does it matter?
None. Probably 6. And yes, you beat a hurt Georgia. And yes, you beat a Georgia again. Trying to think who else. They've had some good wins, but here's the thing. Here's what will make you be respectful and respected in my mind. When you play those teams every year, when those are part of your normal schedule, when your cupcake franchise becomes worthy, because here's where it's not fair, is UCF goes through the whole season playing a bunch of nobodies that don't hurt them, while Alabama, Florida, Florida State, Miami, all the big name schools are getting beat on every single weekend, because no matter what, even the crap teams are playing at a higher level to try to beat these teams. And they're getting injuries, and they're having things happen. UCF is just coasting. So, of course, they're going to get to the playoff game and be better prepared, because none of them are hurt. I'd be fine playing a bunch of 7-year-olds, too.
Like Bob said, Alabama's playing mostly community college teams this season.
Yeah, man, they are this year. It's pretty bad. They beat Ole Miss, though, today. I don't know how good Ole Miss is anymore.
All I know is that was one of my favorite rants in a while.
I get going, man.
Are you sweating yet?
No. Get me going about how bad the Dolphins are.
No.
Jesus.
You don't even have to worry about it. They gave us zero hope.
They've only scored a touchdown this season.
Do you have any hope in them?
I didn't before it started.
So there you go. So what are you worried about?
But they are probably the worst team in NFL history.
They're going to fuck it up. They're not even going to get the number 1 draft.
Here's what the Dolphins are going to be. They are going to have the greatest team of all time, the undefeated 72 Dolphins that won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And then they're going to have the worst team of all time, the 2019. This is considered the 20 season. 2020 Miami Dolphins.
And then you have the Giants and Tom Coughlin sitting there saying...
Tom hadn't been there in years.
I know, but he's sitting there saying, see? Mediocre ain't that bad.
Yeah. Tom won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's like...
With Eli, who, by the way, looks like he's a card short of a full deck.
Yeah.
Like, he don't look like he's there. But the new quarterback looks pretty good, the young guy. And their Saquon Barkley's a beast. But I look forward to tomorrow's game. This goes out to Mike Capola, by the way, who watches us. He's a big Patriots fan. I hate you. And they're playing the Buffalo Bills tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the first time in my entire life I have rooted for the Buffalo Bills.
I root for anybody playing the Patriots. I hate Tom Brady.
I respect the hell out of him.
Well, I think he's good.
I hate him too.
Yeah.
I told you my reason. Yep. You can't be a male model that good at football and do everything great. Like, you've got to be looking like Peyton Manning. God.
Woo!
And by the way, Frank will be signing autographs.
Yes.
At the coffee shop.
Yep, with my butt.
Headshots of his butt.
Yep, just pictures of my butt.
It is the star of the show.
Yep, my butt?
Yeah.
My farts speak volume.
Yeah.
All right. I'm done. I'm exhausted. long weekend, fun weekend. Awesome way to end the show. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that.
Got me going.
We're going to make Mark. I'm going to tell Mark that it's somewhere in the middle of the show so he listens to the entire show before.
We need them listening minutes.
Yep. Speaking of male models, another quick question. If you care to answer.
Me?
Will you invite a particular local fighter on the show that is known for talking mad crap on Facebook? You know who?
He's been silent lately.
It would make for a great show. Just saying.
Scott, wasn't it?
No, that was Brian asking that question.
Oh.
Brian, I feel like we've already thrown it out there to him, and he fed...
Mo straight up said it.
Yeah, Mo called him out. I think Mo called him out on here, which would be really, really funny. God damn it. Nothing like warm platinum piss.
It's not that warm.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is that warm. Mm-hmm. And it tastes like platinum piss. Mm-hmm. I know Mo called him out on here, and he said something about he would be willing to, what was it, arm wrestle or bare knuckle fight you? Yeah,
something about because the way their licensing is, they can't fight. Like, it has to be a certain type of fighting. I don't know. The rules are stupid. Like, if you want to fight, we should have a fight at the coffee shop.
I mean, we definitely go to jail.
No, we wouldn't. The people fighting would.
Probably. I don't even know them. They just started fighting over our coffee.
But the unspoken person has been posting nothing but puppy videos lately. Have you been watching?
No.
I find him extremely entertaining.
No.
Extremely
Did I tell you about how I...
Okay, for people listening, the mic is nowhere near his ass.
Nope.
It's a good 2.5 feet away.
Yep.
And it's that loud.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Put it this way. I need a shower after this. It's gross.
It's got to be muddy.
There's a lot of pushing going on down there.
What were you saying before you pooped your pants?
I don't remember.
Are we done?
We might be done. Oh, but yes, Brian, it was thrown out there to him. I don't know that I want him knowing where the studio is.
Yeah, I would.
But it would be pretty entertaining. We might do like an OG show, hits the road, and we'll pull him in. I know we both really wanted to get to Mo's fight. I know we both wanted to get to Mo's fight, but I'm going to be in New York. It's going to be tough for me to get there.
The fight at Shell Hill.
Yeah. Shell Hill? We should do that.
Yeah.
I know that I'm going to try to do... I'll probably be doing a show with Mark Myers about a month from now in D.C. because he's running the race with me actually now.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
So he's going to end up beating you.
Yeah, he's fast. He's fast, and he weighs like 125 pounds.
Yeah, I could run really well when I was 12, too.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But we'll be doing a show probably then, and so we'll get some questions together, and we can harass him on the show. It'd be fun. I might even try to do a show with my dad. My dad's going to be there doing the race, too.
Really?
So I might try to get my dad and Mark on. It would be kind of fun.
Well, and by the way, Mo, if you were wondering, is fighting Halloween night.
Mo is fighting Halloween night on PFL on, I think it's going to be ESPN. Is it ESPN Plus?
When did he get his butt back in here?
Yeah, I think he's been training a lot, but we need to do that. We've just been so busy.
The deal we have with him, and it was on record because he agreed to it, is if he wins that $1 million fight, he has to yell out our names like Yo Adrian, but it's Ordinary Guys.
Yeah.
He agreed. He better not back out of that.
No, he just refers to us as the OGs, and people are like, who the fuck is he talking about? His buddies back home?
Probably.
But that works for me.
I want to be known as the white OGs.
I don't want to be famous. I don't want this show to make money. I want to have to work really hard to pay my bills all the time.
I don't know what I'd do if this show ever took off.
It would be really nice,
I'd deal really bad with fame.
Yeah?
Yeah, because people would talk crap in the comments, and I'd have to say something about everyone.
We'd always have to be issuing public apologies.
Yeah, well, no, because I'm always right.
But I definitely wouldn't. That would, honestly...
I'm the Trump of unheard of talk shows.
I think about that all the time. It would be really fun to be famous and people expecting apologies from you. And I would just be like, what the fuck are you waiting for?
I would be... Who was the... Saved by the Bell... The one with the fro.
Mario.
No, not Mario. The
Mario?
dorky one.
Oh,
Screech.
Screech.
Screech was like an asshole in real life.
Yeah,
I'd be Screech.
I like Screech. What was the other thing I was thinking about? Oh, do you hear about the guy, the Bush Light guy?
Nope.
There's a guy who's he's a security guard. He's young, 20-something years old. He held up a sign or whatever that said "Need more money for beer" and had his Venmo out there. And within like a week, he received over $1 million. Right, so he took all that money. He reached out to Anheuser-Busch, and Anheuser-Busch agreed to match him, and he donated all that money to charity because he felt like it was the right thing to do because he wasn't doing it to try to get money. He was doing it to be funny, right?
He's an idiot.
No. So this is what happens. So, yes, it was an Ohio college student. Thank you, Bob. So then somebody decides to look into his past and find something like halfway racist that he posted when he was in college in a frat at like 18 years old, 16 years old, something like that. Like he was young. And basically the cool thing about it was he didn't come out and this is extremely regrettable kind of thing. Like he apologized. He's like, look, I'm not the same person I was when I was 16. And then Anheuser-Busch comes out and says, yeah, we're not going to affiliate with this guy anymore because he's racist. So, I know that's another can of worms, but my thing is, I want to be really, really famous just so people can dig up all the shit.
They wouldn't have to dig very far.
But I would like people to dig up all the shit that they could find because it's cheaper than hiring an assistant. I need you to find all the bullshit I've said over the last 20 years so I can compile it and make one really long joke.
Yeah.
So let's be famous. And then,
they wouldn't get anything racist out of us, but they get a lot of awkward stuff.
There's stuff that they would think would be completely racist.
If a computer read the transcript of this show and our lives, they would for sure think you were gay.
They would think we were racist. They wouldn't know.
No, I don't think racist.
Our genders. They would think that we're like anti-white. They think we would be like Black Panthers.
They would think you were incontinent for sure.
Yeah. So weird, right? The shit that they would put together, like I don't even know how to figure these guys out. But anyway, I stopped. He shared a tweet. He shared a tweet by Tosh.0. Thanks, Bob, for calling out all the facts.
So because he shared Daniel Tosh's post?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Which is crazy.
Speaking of Daniel Tosh, he's from this wonderful town of Titusville.
I know. We tried to get him on the show. He didn't even say no. He didn't even see our...
No, he's that famous.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care about anybody. Is this show still on Comedy Central?
I think so. It's got to be. Kenny says if we got famous, he'd sell the Pinewood yearbook with my Pinewood yearbook picture for $1 million.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. Everything does link back to the bill.
Is that Kenny Maximum Effort?
No. So listen, at some point in the future, hey, and you guys listen to us a lot. So before we sign off, we want to do some topics. We had fun when we had some serious topics in here. We had some fun with that. But I think you and I need to do another serious one where it was just the two of us. And remember we did conspiracy theories and stuff that actually had some depth to it. What do you think about the whole living in a simulation? Thumbs up or not saying to answer the question, but
we're in a Matrix?
Yeah, would you like to talk about that?
I'll talk about anything.
All right. Simulation, AI, yes or no?
I can already tell you I've thought to myself if this is something that my brain has thought up for me, then screw me.
Yeah.
I could be way better than this if this is my imagination making this.
Yeah.
Why did I imagine myself being mediocre?
Oh, and the other one I wanted to talk about was free will.
Why did I imagine myself being fat?
You should imagine yourself being handsome. Like
Fabio.
Yeah. Yes or no? Thumbs up or thumbs down on free will?
What about free will?
So the free will talk is it's kind of an old one. I think it's been played out a little bit. Is are we capable of acting in free will, or is everything actually predetermined by previous actions?
I'm
Meaning,
a
like,
Christian, so I believe in free will. That didn't go very far.
Yeah, but the idea is, you really don't have free will if that's...
That one sounds stupid to me.
Yeah, it's actually a good one. It's the mind twister.
I feel like anything we need to bring Jonathan on for these weird ones.
Maybe.
Anyway, he would never. He would it'd blow his mind and ours.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for me. Good bullshit show. What do you got?
On that note, again, come see us next weekend. And we don't even know if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. But the fourth best coffee shop in downtown Titusville. I didn't tell you I got into a Facebook fight over it already. No. It's going to be good.
Awesome.
And I'm going to post about it tonight. So, like it, share it, because we want a good turnout. Like, even if you think it's stupid, it will be funny. I promise. But get everybody you know to come to this dumb event of ours, because it'll be great.
Yes.
And we'll donate the money to paying Frank back for all the equipment.
Or we could donate the money to pay back the coffee and stuff that we're going to buy. So we'll figure it out. Basically, you're not really
I'm going to buy the
money.
cheapest coffee I can find.
It's going to be poop coffee.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out.
See ya.